Hey, hey, everybody, it's Priestess Melissa. How are you? Here we are coming up on Thanksgiving holiday for us here in the United States. How is everybody doing out there? I personally have been pretty busy. I mean, you guys know that I work quite a bit anyway. I work 12-hour days primarily, and been working extra lately. But preparing for the holidays, and guys, I love this time of the year because we can put lights up and we can really just get into the spirit of, good cheer. It doesn't necessarily have to tap into gift giving and the, pressure behind that and things of that nature. Although it's really nice to give gifts and, just to light up the house. And, I've been doing a lot of that and my girls really enjoy that too. So those are things like when I look at them, kind of like in the colder months, it's like the light of the Christmas lights and things of that nature. It's kind of like that glimmer of hope that helps us to look forward, right, to all that's to come, especially in the springtime. And we can really put those plans in motion. It's kind of like you can kind of see the winter months almost kind of like when you're single, and it's kind of like you could go into a depressive state, but you could also go into a state where you learn more about yourself and you start to put some plans into place for the next year, the coming season, right? So this is about future, focused thinking. So we want to stay present, yes, but we also always want to be kind of thinking about where are we moving towards? That's the purpose in our lives, right? So the gold digger, you guys, I wore this today and I just thought it was funny because in the picture that I took that I had this on, I'm not sure if some people read it wrong and said gold as in GOLD, but of course, money and abundance and things like that are what comes as a result of setting goals and following through with them, right? So yeah, it's a process, but it helps us to become, that truly independent person that is stable and has the money and the resources that they need to be able to take care of themselves and not live in that fearful state, right? And we can all tap into that. And so that's what these readings are largely for too, to help us to be able to do that. Now, guys, I just wanted to say that I have in my diffuser some wonderful smells going today, cinnamon being one of those. In fact, I have the thieves oil in here, which is one of the things that I use in my coconut oil thieves oil blend. Now, what's so cool about this is it's got cinnamon, clove, really nice for this time of the year, right? Plus it also has lemon, rosemary, and eucalyptus. So it's got the eucalyptus alone, right, is really great for helping to open the nasal and the lung passages, the bronchial passages, right? For those of you that are experiencing any cold symptoms this time of the year, you can literally just take eucalyptus and some coconut oil or a carrier oil and basically make your own vapor rub that is essentially completely natural, right? And much better for you. So I also make that blend along with this thieves oil blend where I take all of that along with some lavender, because lavender is great if you have allergies, guys. So all of this can help you for anything that you might have ailments with to help keep you stronger. So get your 4 Thieves vinegar, get your thieves oil. I'm going to have my website up very soon, guys. Keep in mind that I am working, I am a single mother, I run my own household, and I am starting a business, so a lot on my plate. So thank you so much for understanding when I am able to get on, and for all those who are supporting me in the ways that you have and are. I truly appreciate you. So let's get our reading today. For the weekly forecast, moving ahead, what is it that Great Spirit would like for us to know and to be able to use moving forward through this week? This is a great week that we can tap into a lot of thankfulness, a lot of gratitude energy for what we have and for what we're able to build and grow within our own lives, starting within ourselves. Blessed One, thank you for bringing the messages through. And to our ancestors, ways showers, and guides, we honor you now and always for the highest good of all. So it is, so it is, so it is. All right, guys, here we go. Hopefully you're all calm now and getting into more of that kind of more stabilized nature, because doing so will help you also as I tap into this reading today. We're going to see exactly what Spirit wants to focus on in moving forward this week, guys, that will help us. Now, these messages are meant to help support you, and you can take whatever resonates with you, whatever most connects with you, but these messages are meant to help you to move through your experiences in even better ways, right? They definitely help me as well, and I always appreciate the guidance. All right, Great Spirit. What is it? Ooh, the Sphinx, 11, silent wisdom, and the Nile River. What are you keeping silent about? Interesting. Check this out. Whoa, that is some abundance. Now we have to be careful with this abundance. Now, once we open the floodgates, it's kind of like, have you ever heard of when chills, when the Native Americans have done the rain dances, or people have done rain dances, and maybe they didn't know necessarily how to work with the energy, and they brought too much water, right? Too much flooding, if you will, to the areas, and sometimes that has caused things like mudslides and things like that. So we want to be careful of, what we're calling in, but definitely we have that ability with this Sphinx card. It's an 11 card, tapping into some very powerful energy. Now, I remember this talking about going within this Sphinx here, and of course, giving homage at the door. We're going to read about it, but it gives some, this is really going into yourself in a much deeper way than you have before. And I think many of you know what I'm talking about. You're starting to really play with these different aspects of what you're learning about, kind of like law of attraction, if you will, but how to work more basically with the unseen, or in the occult realm, if you will. And occult simply means what isn't known, the unknown, the unseen, and really understanding more how that works, right? And what I find very interesting is that the concepts, if you will, as above, so below, right? So the unseen and the seen. So we can take a lot of concepts that we already know, like within physics, right? Inertia and different things like that, energy even, and the way that those aspects, even breaking it down to its components and how they interact with one another. And then we can use those concepts, if you will, to work with the unseen, which is energy in essence within ourselves, and how we're directing that energy, how we're first creating it and then directing it, because we're first creating it as thought forms, right? And what we're entertaining within that realm is then helping us to build that emotional aspect. That's becoming more of that watery aspect, and it's kind of like that protoplasmic between where it is in that stage of where it can come into full manifestation. And so there are different stages and opportunities where we can control the aspects, if you will, but definitely a strong ability right now to tap into a lot of abundance is really what I'm feeling right now. And it's really nice because of going into this whole Thanksgiving energy, and people are, overall in general feeling like more, inclusive in that way of coming together and being of more of a gratuitous spirit. I was trying to think of the right way to say that word. But the Sphinx, oh, I thought it was an 11. Excuse me, it's a 41, so it's a 5 card. Silent wisdom. Now there is something that either you're learning, and that could be in the physical or the non-physical realm of things. I just got that. But this is something, a realization that is being made, so this makes me feel like perhaps when you're going into your meditative state and you're asking for Spirit to show you what it is that you need to know, right? So the Sphinx is tapping into that ancient and powerful energy. And I think about when we think about the Sphinx and back in those Egyptian times, think about the fact that they had the ability without machinery to be able to move these tons many tons weighing concrete blocks or whatever, and they were able to move it with like mind power, with, you know, this occult energy and wisdom. And so what is it that we're tapping into and understanding, like how to use our own Jedi mind power, perhaps even, is also what it made me think of within the Star Wars realm. Very interesting. All right, so let's read that card today and see what that has to say, guys. So 41 and Sphinx. How's everybody doing out there? Are you getting ready for Thanksgiving? For my friends that are in the States, are you traveling? What are you getting ready to do this coming weekend? Are you even working this week? I know my daughter is out of school all week. So yeah, anyway, so the Sphinx, guys. 5 is a number of change. So seen as no older than 5,000, interesting that the number 5 there came up. 5,000 years. In reality, modern research and channeled information see her as close to 50,000 years old. So this is I feel like it's like an amplification as well, you know, so what you think is possible, you know, like they thought that the Sphinx was only 5,000 years old, but in reality, the ability of what you're able to tap into and channel is what? 10 times more? 50,000? Wow. So it says the spirit of the Sphinx is an ancient protective divinity related to Sekhmet, who shared much wisdom with the author. Each of the 9 times I stood between her paws to meditate and channel. The Sphinx says she was built as a guardian for the Great Pyramid, and there are secret underground tunnels connecting them. Wow, so you're connecting the dots in some situation today, and that can be on the physical realm, but that is because you're tapping into some kind of understanding that is helping you to, you know, make sense of whatever is being hidden or in the dark, you know, and this could be something that it's not necessarily within yourself, but around you. But in any case, this going within is actually helping you to be able to see what that is outwardly, right? All right, what it's created. So the channeled message from Spirit of the Sphinx. I come as the silent watcher from the ancient days, and know I stood guard as pyramids and temples were built there. I infused my fire energy into the Great Pyramid until it became a connecting point between heaven and earth. So this is connecting again with our spirit, that fire, right? And I really saw this protection and do not fear to invoke. Oh, sorry, I went too far back. Yeah, so talking about really tapping in, and it was the first one built. That's what I was thinking about. So this was the energy that was first built, this Sphinx energy, the protector energy, right? And when we think about Anubis as well, he is a great protector that is also, you know, like that desert energy and things of that nature. So I feel like that this is really an energy that is protecting us, because as we're tapping into it, it's giving us the wisdom that we need, you know, but it is by going within that silence, if you will, and then also being quiet about what you're learning, but use it to your advantage in the ways that will help you best, you know, to move away from people perhaps that you don't need to be around that could be deceptive. Be aware of that. All right, so it says, then my spirit returned to the sky for many eons of time, but now I am back to infuse my silent energy into the many who meditate with me. Ooh, yeah, see, so meditate in this Sphinx energy. You know, what did it talk about with her pause? I come as, no wait, it says, the Sphinx says she was built, no, each of the 9 times I stood between her paws to meditate and channel. 9. And Sphinx, that's a cat as well. So really tapping into this it's almost like you escape, these tower moments, because by staying within this energy, you're alerted of things. It's kind of like you become that sphinx, if you will, or the energy of it, that protective energy. By you going within, ooh, lots of energy, or feeling chills today, but it's like you tap into that energy of the 9 lives, right? And you are saved from these things that could potentially be destructive for you or destroy you even. My wisdom and power is enormous, but can only be accessed by the wise in silent and deep meditation. So the meanings for this card: for abundance, good for long-term financial investments, but beware of short-term credit. Practice giving quietly to others in need to later improve your abundance flow. Love, stay with your current partner for now. Seek spiritual healing for past life issues. For work and career, good for study and long-term employment and making plans. So this is all about, you need to go within and really determine what is going to be best for you, and then start making those plans to move forward. And I was really feeling that a lot, and bringing all this abundance in with the Nile energy, right? So for travel, good to travel to all ancient places of power. Business travel will be safe. For health, no sudden changes. Invoke Sekhmet for the spirit of the Sphinx to heal and assist with chronic disorders. For family, a reasonably settled time for family matters. Hidden concerns may be revealed. For future, the answers you seek will take time to be fully revealed. Meditation is important now. Sometimes silence is the best wisdom. Yeah, so silence is one of those occult things too. It's like what you learn, you don't want to necessarily share. And not only that, but the wisdom doesn't always come all at once. It can come, in a segmented manner. You get some of the pieces here, some of the pieces there, but then as you get those puzzle pieces, and that's an aspect of wisdom within the occult understanding too, is it is a matter of the puzzle pieces, but you start to understand too, as far as what is more when you see deceptive way of being, because as you're going within and you're asking to be shown what is true, and as you're also working on yourself to hold those better thoughts and emotions, it's a protection in the sense that you will start to see in other people when they're not being and acting within their higher nature, right? And you can prevent your own tower moments, if you will, by being able to avoid those situations, if that makes sense. So that's where the protection comes in, but it's a deal where you can't fake it. You have to work on yourself. You know what I mean? You have to work to resonate as spirit does, and that means monitoring the way that you think and the way that you feel, because all of that, again, starts in the thought form. It's air energy. It's the easiest to manipulate and change, So we have to be careful of what thoughts we're holding, but we can control them and make them the most pleasing ones, so that then as we start to connect emotionally, what we believe is true, because that's what we actually attract and manifest to us. And that's why what you believe, what you think, what you believe becomes your truth, because it actually will manifest that way. And it doesn't mean that that's the only truth, but that's what you've chosen to put your energy into, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, guys. So let's cut the cords. You guys are quiet today. What's going on? All right, Giver of Staves. So Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, we definitely want to be aware of this energy today. Let's see what else is going to come out. But anyway, the energy that we're primarily sitting in as our overall energy is good that it's in reverse, but 10 of Swords, basically. This is that being stabbed, repeatedly. The sword there with all the blood, first of all, but the sword there, or not the sword, but the lightning bolt there, is basically saying that, you know, this took a lot out of you, whatever this situation was, or you just in general, you feel defeated overall. Maker of Staves, wow, King of Wands in reverse. So I almost feel like this is an energy of, since there's not necessarily gender in cards, I mean, you can look at it that way depending on who I'm reading for, but with the Queen of Wands in reverse on the bottom and the King of Wands in reverse here, and this is crossing energy for the Ten of, sorry, I'm saying Wands, but it's actually, no, it is Wands, I'm sorry. So we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse, right? And then we've got this King of Wands in reverse. So this more masculine person energy, more dominant energy, and this more feminine energy, or either this is the imbalance of both within yourself, but you know, it's kind of like nobody won here, or nobody's winning kind of thing, even though, yeah, look, no, not healing in our mind, you know, that's where it all starts, like I said. And if we don't have the right thoughts and feelings towards ourselves and, you know, situations that happen, because when we can have acceptance and allow the rainbow to occur in our life, and that star, once again, of healing to come down and really move us through these mountains and heal all this watery energy, so that what we're creating becomes beautiful. Look at all those flowers. And that's that Nile River energy too, right? All that abundance that wants to come in, but it is that wisdom that you're gaining. And don't go against yourself, you know, keep doing that healing work. It can seem a little monotonous and daunting at times, and some days it feels like you're more recognized for your process and how you're moving forward and stuff. Look at this, Tower came out for the past energy. Because you have had these Tower moments like I was talking about, and this is absolutely what you want to avoid, right? And I do feel like you're sitting in that energy, but that's like the main focus of your energy. Is it's almost like a what I'm getting is a concern not to, you know, so much so that it set up such a fear of being able to connect with, you know, perhaps if you're feminine, a masculine energy, or just in general, and your stability. Four of coins here, or Four of Pentacles. This is talking about holding back, you know, feeling like you're like cut off from other people with that out there in the space energy, right? And it's like all you're concerned about is what's going on in your world, and that connection with other people may be suffering a lot right now because you feel like this inclusive nature from a standpoint of protection, as opposed to wanting to bring people in and connect with them. There's like a fear of that, is what this is telling me. Keeper of Spheres. So yeah, so the Keeper of Spheres, or the Page of Pentacles, is talking about this new beginning, though, that you are going to have moved forward. And you do have to be aware of who you are accepting, entertaining, you know, energy from. You see that there are people here around this person, and even one that is offering their pentacle, but if you see, the bee is actually in the one that they're already holding, and they're keeping their eye to the sky, you know, to what is truly bringing in their abundance. And I feel this is very important. Three of Pentacles. For how we see the situation, there were definitely too many players in this situation, but also this could be an opportunity, you know, for us to really see that collaboration that we can have with spirit. You know what I'm saying? We need to, again, be aware of where we are connecting with our energy, is what I feel, with those connecting dots there, and bringing that energy of spirit in the balanced way, with that masculine and feminine aspect down. And this would be into the Yasad, you know, energy of the sacral space, right? How we see the outside energy is definitely not wanting to entertain any more of these unfortunate, you know, kind of situations. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, done with any of those kind of cycles. I feel like we're really more focused on our own healing and growth, which is awesome to see. And then judgment for hopes, wishes, and fears. I feel like we don't want the past to come back. We don't want to have to deal with any of the ghosts of the past. We just want it to be put to rest and not have to deal with those situations any longer. So I think a lot of you may be hoping that people do not come back this holiday season, especially those ones that want to reconcile. And yeah, Keeper of Weapons or Page of Swords in reverse. Definitely not wanting to deal with anybody who is being deceptive, not coming at you truthfully, and that may be the case, so beware of that for this upcoming energy, especially as we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and holidays are when people like to come back into the picture, right? But don't allow anyone to put you in this unbalanced energy. It's very important for you, for your sanity, to maintain your energy in the highest form, because you know what's happening. You know what kind of growth that you've experienced already to this point. I feel a lot of you have really been connecting on higher planes of understanding and really working with your energy to bring in more of this abundance. And you definitely just kind of like, oh, that's funny, I just got the message of just like you don't want to eat too much food over the holidays and gain 20 pounds, you don't want to give your energy to the wrong people either, and then have to work on that energy after the holidays, you know what I mean? So that can be something that really drains people too, besides the tryptophan that's in the turkey. So anyway, guys, woo, we'll let both of those come out, but this one definitely, decide. Very important. You got to decide who you're going to spend your time around this holiday season. I really am feeling, and I got this message in the cards yesterday too, but I do feel like that there are going to be some people, that you're going to have to entertain perhaps, and you're going to have to work on yourself potentially if you can't get out of these situations. So decide, first of all, if you can, who you want to spend your time around. If you don't have a choice in the matter, if you will, then decide to hold your energy in the right way and seek out ways that you can do that more effectively. It is time to make a decision. Being on the fence drains your energy. No matter what you choose, it will be the exact right thing for your spiritual path. So channel your energy, be decisive, learn, grow, decide. Plain and simple. All right? And then pause says, and I felt this as, there may be situations where people may come at you and their energy may not feel right. You may have to literally just stop for a moment, excuse yourself to the restroom, whatever you need to do to leave that exact space for a moment, for a few moments, and go and do your breathing and your meditation, right? So you come to the understanding of how you can best handle these situations that you may come up with, because these are big situations in your lives, and these are big tests also for us. If we can manage to pass these tests, where we're up against these strong energies and we can hold our own energy, there's so much to be said for that. And I think you'll be amazed at this transformation process and just how awesome things can turn around like by magic. It's weird, but just by you being able to hold your own energy, you can again enact that protection, that natural protection on yourself. So consider pausing as you need to and transforming that situation as a result. It says, if you are feeling unsure about a decision, there is probably a good reason. So this could go along with that deciding energy, right? Take your time and think it through. There is no need to rush. Allow your heart's wisdom to guide you. If you feel pressure to act immediately, it is probably a sign that it is not the right opportunity. Do not worry, because more opportunities will come along and the right ones will fit like a gorgeous glove, right? Awesome. So wait for the right opportunities, because you will know when it feels right, and always trust what feels right. And also if it doesn't feel right, again, pause, pull back from the situation, get more clarity before you move forward, right? So that you can make sure that you're staying balanced and you're being able to work with spirit in the ways that are going to be awesome and what you want in your life, more importantly, you know what I mean? So learn to collaborate, work with spirit in those more effective ways. That's going to bring all the stability that you're looking for, guys, into your world. Beautiful. I love it. All right, now have a wonderful week. I will see you tomorrow for our Crystal Mandala Magic Monday. Always love those cards. Give us an affirmation to look forward to for the next week. Now, be aware, be silent as you need to be. But go in and learn all you need to know about any situations that are going on in your life. And don't block your flow of abundance for anybody or anything. All right? Stay in your higher understanding and knowing. And that will help you to stay in your higher and better feeling place. And that is the magic and the protection that is enacted when you do those things. All right, guys? All right, so get your 4 Thieves vinegar and oil. Reach out to me if you need to. Reserving your bottle will definitely make sure that your bottle is in place. I'll have some ready in about another week, guys. $30 a bottle does give you a full month supply, guys, and it does help keep you at optimum immune levels, guys, so you can stay healthy regardless of what you might come up against. I work in a hospital and I'm living proof. It also helps you to stay less bloated, keeps your diabetes A1C levels in good places. Look, I've had it clear up skin conditions, which is directly related to digestive issues. So it helps at the cellular level to help your cells to be strong, to resist attack by disease. Love you guys. Reach out to me if you need to. And as always, I appreciate all your support. So hit the like button, share, leave your comments. Let me know how this is resonating with you. Subscribe and hit the bell if you are on YouTube. Mwah. Love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.